Now coming to the last clause, which is 5.10, Lab Information System. LIS shall have access to the data and information needed to provide a service which meets the need and requirement of the user. Lab shall have a documented procedure to ensure that the confidentiality of the patient information is maintained at all the times. Again, a documented procedure here also for your LIS. So normally a procedure is written for all your LIS, how it functions, how step by step, the reporting system happens in your LIS system. Who controls? Yeah.
I have just you told no device reporting. There is nobody follows. So I made one report. Might be in mobile. Aam Aadmi Mohalla Clinic is given that somebody is given in the HbA1c 332.
HbA1c 332.
So that means you see how they are not maintaining these things. Device reporting is very important.
Very important. If this kind of a report has gone, this is absolutely wrong. Now what happens?
332.
Now if it goes to a physician, even if it goes to a diabetic patient, he also knows it is wrong. He knows. The doctor also knows. And it is very clear how it has happened. It is a careless mistake. It is a clerical error which has happened. Nobody is going to treat the patient on the basis of 332. Nothing is going to happen to the patient. The only thing is, once it comes back to you, you have to admit, yes, clerical error has happened. Correct report is this. Because you would be having the correct report also in your records. And if you don't have, what best you can do is take another sample and redo it. So in this international standard, information system includes the management of data information contained in both computer and non-computerized system. So LIS means, it doesn't mean only the software. LIS means lab information system. Any kind of a data, whether in hard copies, whether in Word format, Excel format, whether on the automated machines, whether your reports, everything is lab information system. Whatever information the lab is generating in whatever form will come in information system. Some of the requirements may be more applicable to computer system than the non-computerized system. Computerized system can include all kinds of generic software, special software, your lab information system as such a software, or anything like that. Lab shall ensure that authority responsibility for the management of information are defined. So it should be very clear who is responsible for what functioning. So you all know that in lab information system passwords are given to everyone. Everyone has a specific role. If somebody from the accounts department can only access how to register, how to take money, and that's it. Phlebotomy will only be able to book the test, in what vial, how it has to be taken, when was it transported, that's it. The lab inside can access their own role. Doctor maybe can access everything, depends, whatever duties and responsibilities you have given to anybody. Now few of the things where password protection is very, very important to maintain the confidentiality of information. Access to patient data and information. Patient data should not be accessible to everybody. Enter patient data and examination result. Change patient data and examination result. Authorize the release of examination result and report. Now if supposing the technician who is doing the test is releasing also and has a password for changing the result also, somebody has come with 335 HbA1c, this is my report, he says, oh, okay, wait for 2 minutes, change, given the report. Maybe senior persons or the lab owners or the pathologists will not even come to know what has happened. What is this whole story about? If the password is given to that person. So, addition of report. or the change of report, or you can say the reviewing of report. Addition in the report or reviewing of report is, or reviewing or revised report is basically the same thing, you know, that when you have to edit or you have to revise a printed report. Keep that control with the senior most person. I was managing from here 27 labs all across India. The only thing which was in control was this power of addition. Whatever is happening within the lab, you know, okay, one has checked, another says no, it is wrong, quality controls, checked, everything done. Now report has gone to the patient. Patient has come with a complaint to the lab to revise. Now locally that lab cannot do anything. They have to inform the head office. They have to tell that this is what has happened, now we need the change. So you sitting at a distant place will also come to know that there is a problem, because this is the problem you are bothered about, because this is your reputation. Okay, whatever is happening internally, okay, you are checking with many methods, but once a report goes out and then you need to change, if the problem was in the name, sex, age, you know whose mistake it could be. If the problem was in some spelling mistakes, you know whose problem it could be. If the problem was in the report, that means your authorizing signatory is not careful, not checking the reports properly. So from the type of mistake you will come to know where the problem is happening, who's inefficient in the lab. So this one factor should be controlled very carefully, the revision of report. Don't give this right to any junior person. Right? System used for collection, processing, recording, reporting, storage, retrieval of the examination data and information shall be validated by supplier, verified by the lab. Again, same terminology. Once they are creating the software, they will validate everything, how it functions. When it comes to you, you will run dummy patients, verify. If it is interfacing, you will verify. Urea is going against urea, creatinine is going against creatinine, neutrophils values are not changing, they are properly getting interfaced. When you are sending the reports on the web or you are emailing the report, you will verify they are getting emailed to the right address. Where you have to put the patient's address, that it gets emailed to that patient only. All these things you will verify the functioning actually when it will come into process. So validation and verification includes, where applicable, the proper functioning of interfaces between lab, information system and other systems such as lab instrumentation, hospital patient admin system and system in the primary care. So this system might be connected to your peripheral lab, system might be connected to your hospital information system. Most of the hospital LIS, HIS, they are interfaced. So from lab the report goes to the hospital, but it is going to the right place in the right format, that has to be verified. Documented, and the documentation including that for day-to-day function of the system should be readily available to the authorized user, protected from unauthorized access, safeguarded against tampering or loss, operated in an environment that complies with the supplier specifications, or in case non-computerized system provides condition which safeguards the accuracy of manual recording and transcription. So you have to ensure all data generated goes in the right way, whether manual or through software. Maintained in a manner that ensures integrity of the data and information, and includes recording of the system failures and appropriate immediate and corrective actions in compliance with national and international requirements regarding data protection. Now, the lab shall verify that the results of examination associated with information and comments are accurately reproduced. Now, supposing you have a provision of entering a comment, You have seen a report, so you want to add a comment. You want to say that get these tests done, or it is repeat checked, or any kind of information. Again, you have to verify that it goes to the right patient. It should not go with something else. There are certain interpretations which are general, which goes with every report. For example, you have a set, high values, low values for thyroid, high values, low values for particular hormones. But there are certain reports where you need to intervene and you have to give your own comments. They should go to the right patient and should be typed rightly. Lab shall have a documented contingency plan. So what do you understand by that? Documented contingency plan. What is contingency plan? If the system fails, where are you? You have become so much dependent upon that system. Everything is getting interfaced, auto-selected. If it fails, what will you do? It depends. Do you have another server? Do you have that kind of a backup? Or you will have to switch over to manual report? Or you have your IT team so efficient that immediately corrections are done? Whatever method, it has to be pre-planned. Not that problem is there and now you don't know what to do. Because we all have seen, once we become dependent upon such systems, then without them it looks that you can't work at all. So all the systems fail, especially interfacing. Interfacing is such a thing that you have become so much dependent that you are just keeping the sample, putting the patient record, everything is moving automatically and comes in front of the doctor that report is ready. Now if this fails, how to match every sample with the report becomes a big task. So your LIS system, especially for the major labs, has to be up and above all the time. So there has to be backup and backup. Then data storage.
This once happened with us. What happened? No, I was telling to my friend, चुहा काट दिया, सुबह दिखा तो no working. What to do?
It's a big problem.
Backup system, manually करो.
It's a very big problem, and it happens almost in every other lab once in a while, That because it has those serum is there in the tubings, so rodents are very fond of cutting those. This happens. So you have to be careful about all these systems. When the information systems are managed and maintained off-site or subcontracted, nowadays what is happening? The servers are not with you. You have connections with cloud. Everything is working on cloud. The server is somewhere else. So if somebody else is handling all your data, then data management rules apply to them also. How your healthcare data has to be confidential. They are not supposed to share it with anybody because it is your data. It's only their space. So everything applies to them also. So this was about lab information system. So any questions so far? So contingency plan has to be there for practically everything. But yes, standard has asked specifically in 2 areas. So those contingency plans you have to write down.
In the SOP for the release of report, right? So automated selection and reporting of the result. Like हम जो काम करते हैं वहाँ पे सैंपल से हम रखते हैं तो LIS से वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट उसको डेटा लेगा, प्रोसेस करेगा, रिजल्ट हमारी सॉफ्टवेयर में स्क्रीन पे आके रख देता है. Then we have to
authorize, see and authorize.
Yeah.
So that is not automated selection.
So
that is the normal way. That is auto authorization. That you are not physically signing the reports. There is already signatures are there inside. So you are just ticking, okay, this is okay, okay. Wherever you are saying okay, those reports are getting auto authorized. Auto selection is that there are certain reports which get authorized without your knowledge also. especially health checkup reports or reports which are absolutely normal, they just pass by.
So there is no need for these SOP, automated selection reporting.
If you are not using, you don't need to make any SOP. Anything which you are not using, you don't need any SOP. Sample collection also, if you don't have any collection area, sample is collected only in your lab, you don't need to have anything for the sample collection area separately.
Like some labs are they are operating with they are dealing with the CROs only. So they are not dealing with the patient. So हमें working
So then your SOP has to be accordingly, whatever work you are doing. But yes, you are receiving samples from somewhere, so you will have to talk about something, how you are receiving, how they are getting transported. So that part will come because you are receiving the samples. Okay. So accordingly you have to have the SOP. Now the way we did yesterday about the SOPs which have to be the QSP or quality system procedures which have to be written for management clauses. So today we are tabulating procedures to be written for the technical clauses. So what are the QSPs to be written? First is 5.1. For personnel you have to write a complete QSP. How you will manage your personnel. How you will select, how you will, we did it in the morning, all the clauses, their trainings, competence tests, their appraisals, so everything has to be done as per the procedure. Then comes 5.2, there is no procedure asked for. 5.3, equipment installation, handling, calibration, maintenance. You can put them in one procedure, you can write separate procedures, up to you. Then reagents, reagent acceptance and inventory control. How will you control the inventory? What is your criteria of acceptance? Then 5.4, usually you have two manuals. One is directory of services, which in itself becomes like a booklet, and second is sample collection manual. So sample collection manual will have plenty of things which you need to incorporate from the standard as well as from 112. In 112 also, for pre-examination for different departments, the details are given. So you need to follow those. Then 5.5 is primarily dealing with technical SOPs. 5.6, internal quality control, external quality assurance. On both you have to write an SOP. 5.7, review of reports and waste disposal and sample storage. 5.8, reporting of results. 5.9, release of result. Urgent reporting, critical reporting, interim reporting, revised reporting. And 5.10 is lab information system. So these are the quality system procedures you will be writing for the technical clauses. With all the clauses, what are the QSPs required to be written? The listing of QSPs. Now how they have to be written, that exercise we will do tomorrow. So we will make groups, and in groups then you will write quality system procedures and then present it here.
रिपोर्ट में रिवाइज करनी पड़ती है तब तो कोई ऑथराइज पर्सन नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, जूनियर मोस्ट पीपीएम नाइट है, तो फिर तब कैसे करेंगे?
नाइट में ही अगर रिवाइज करना है,
हाँ, पेशेंट को याद है कलर रिपोर्ट कैलकुलेटिंग आउट हो जाती है, हमसे हमें वो चेंज करनी है, हमें पता चल लेगा तो उसका चली गई है और उसी टाइम हमें चेंज करा तब कैसे मतलब अपनी हैंडराइटिंग रिपोर्ट में केस बताया
हाँ, फिर then you will give a handwritten report and final report patient will collect in the morning.
वो भी प्रोविजनल रिपोर्ट ही रहेगी।
Provisionally, in any case that is provisional only. If you are giving at night in casualty, that's a provisional report. Then in any case is not a final report. So that can be then handwritten. So
तो उसी रिपोर्ट
you can write revised on the same because you will have to revise if you've come to know this was the problem. Then final report will follow in the morning, which can be a printed final report.
टेक्निकल एसओपीज मींस जितना भी पैरामीटर हम रन करते हैं वो सारे पैरामीटर प्रोसीजर आ जाएगा टेक्निकल एसओपीज। तो पूरी जो सिस्टम है अपना जो लैब है उसके अंदर जो एसओपीज है वो सिर्फ यही है
ये क्वालिटी सिस्टम प्रोसीजर है मैनेजमेंट और टेक्निकल की। फिर आपकी टेक्निकल एसओपीज जो हैं वो जो हमने सारे पॉइंट्स पढ़े इन 5.5 clause 5.5 there were 27 points under which we will write each SOP. So that will be departmental booklet. Every department will have its booklet of SOPs, right? What is going to be tomorrow's schedule, because third and fourth day what all would we be doing. So tomorrow there will be a presentation on audit, how to conduct audit. Then after that we will have a mock audit. So we'll make two groups, one group will audit another group. So you will take out corrective action, the non-conformances, and the other group will do the corrective actions on this. So this will be like one exercise. Then after that we will make groups to write quality system procedures. So we'll give you some quality system procedure which as a group you will write a procedure on it, and then that procedure you will present on the fourth day. Then discussion on quality manual. Then another exercise is that QSP we have done, so we have tabulated the quality system procedures also which are supposed to be there. Exercise 2 which you will be doing today, that also we will discuss tomorrow. Then day after there will be route to accreditation, how to apply for accreditation. So that part will be done. Then presentation on QSP which you will write tomorrow, and then it will be followed by a test. So that test has three components. One multiple question answer, multiple choice questions, MCQs, and one small QSP you need to write, and one exercise will be there that will be based on the audit. So this is for the next 2 days what we will be doing, right? Thank you. There you have to find out what are the deficiencies in this manual. Starting from page 1, let us say start from the front page. It's a pink book, and if you see the front page, this has the name of the organization. What is deficient here? There is no address. So once it is Arogya Laboratory Services, Bangalore, there can be 2 Arogya laboratories in Bangalore. So the address of the place has to be there whenever the name is mentioned. Now if you move to the next page, what is the deficiency? They have a footer. They have written document number 1, issue date, copy number, folder's name, though it has not been filled, but they have given the adequate headings which are required to be there. Even in the footer, they have given prepared by, approved by, section, copy number, page number, version, and issue date. So it's It's okay. Except the same mistake, again address is not there. Next page. Release authorization. So who's the authorized person, under whose authorization this manual has to be released? Again there is a header, there is a footer. The authority of director. So it's better if they specify lab director. And it is the property of Ayodhya Laboratory Services, Bangalore, Karnataka. Then coming to
Where is the mistake? Is there a mistake here?
here, if you see, there is nothing as such which is very obviously wrong, except that is what I told you, they could have specified lab director, and again address nowhere they have mentioned.
Designation is there. Huh?
Designation में they have written director, so it should be lab director. These values.
Then comes amendment record. Again, all the columns are there. Serial number, page number, clause, date of amendment, amendment made, reason for amendment, and signatures of the person authorizing the amendment. So this looks fine. Next page, table of contents. Do you think this is looking fine? What are the problems here?
30 is 1 to 30.
Firstly, they have written section number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So these section numbers make no sense. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And it should have a proper mention wherever the clauses have started. If you see the page number here it is written 1 of 32. And in the footer it is written 1 of 33. 1 of, or it is page number 4 of 33. So you are not sure about whether they are 32 pages or 33 pages. Then in between also it is like 19 of 32, 18 of 32, again 18 of 32. So it is haphazard. Right? Then as I told you that all the clauses have to be covered here, starting from 4.1 to 4.2, 4.3. So every clause has to be covered. Okay, so number wise mention of those clauses has to be here. Distribution list. The next page. Distribution list, the quality manual is prepared by quality manager, approved by director, and the following will have a copy of quality manual. Now when you are making copies of quality manual, you have to specify copy number 1 belongs to so and so, copy number 2 belongs to so, and that copy will not change. So the number is not to the person but to the copy. Got the point?
Yeah.
Copy number 2 is of the director, so copy number 2 remains to be of the director. They cannot interchange. So it has to be in the form of a table mentioning the copy number and who's the holder of that copy. Okay?
And in this manual, it is not there. 2 or 3 pages, I think.
दूसरा ले लो.
Maybe 1 page is missing.
Pages.
Then comes the next page, 6. Quality policy.
Huh?
Quality policy, page number 6.
Yeah. Where is this again? 6 here.
So this quality policy, as I told you, has to be in the form of a statement. Under the statement, you have to have quality objectives, which can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here they have written something which is irrelevant. Firstly, the first mistake is they have written as per ISO 15189/2003. Alright. Now 15189/2003, either it is written by mistake here, or the standard or the manual written is actually as per 2003. So if it is so, if it is actually as per 2003, what will you do?
Different one.
If you are an auditor and this manual has come as per 2003, what will you do? It's not NC, you will return the manual, you will say please rewrite as per 2012 and send it back again. Okay? NC is when there is some non-compliance. Okay, this is not correct, you correct it. This is not correct, you correct it. But if it is completely older version, obsolete version, then that manual is not acceptable. You have to return it back. So not as per 2003, the manual should be as per 2012. Then quality policy statement doesn't convey any sense. It's writing ALS is totally dedicated and committed to provide diagnostic services, giving top priority to the quality of the results for all the samples received by the lab. Maybe only this much was enough. There was no need to write so many things above and below. Objectives are not mentioned. Then it comes to scope. So how are you supposed to write the scope? Scope has to be again in the form of a table. So scope will be in the form of a table where department has to be mentioned. Then the details of that particular department, supposing if it is hematology. So next page, which is page number 7. Page number 7 is scope. So scope has to be in the form of a table, writing particular department, and from here then giving the reference of the detailed scope. In hematology, what all parameters? In clinical pathology, what all parameters? That will come at the back as an annexure. Okay, the detail of the scope. So not like this. Then normative references, they have not written anything about the references. The pages of vacant. Terms and definition, clause number 3, you have to write all the definitions which are there in the standard. And if you are using anything other than that also, anywhere you want to put in some more definitions which you are using in the manual, you can give that as well.
नॉर्मेटिव जो रेफरेंसेस है जैसे एनएबीएल आईएसओ 15189/2012 112 वो जो सारे हुए हैं
Whatever documents you are using, whatever you have gone through, those will come here. Then if you see the next page, which is page number 10. So page number 10 has just started. You don't know what is the heading. You don't know what is it writing. There is no mention of that it is management clauses. There is no mention of 4.1. So it has to be in a proper manner. So I have got a copy of the manual, the document 160. So this has how the manual has to be. This is the release authorization. Okay. This is name and address, the title page. This is amendment page. This is it? So 4 management requirements. So below that, then every sub clause will come. 4.1, 1.1, whatever clauses we have gone through. So all those clauses will come, and you have to write in that clauses whatever relevant information is there. Now wherever the procedure comes, that you will give only the reference. I will show you how he has given. Now if you see this page, it doesn't make any sense. Come to the next page, again there is no heading, so you don't know what exactly they are wanting to say. Then on the page 12, they have started with the role of quality manager. Again under what clause? Not mentioned. There is no organization chart which has to be there. Role of director, role of management, role of quality manager has to be clearly written. Under which clause? 4.1 and 1. So if you keep moving and come to this page number 14. So 14 has in the third line outlined in ALS SOP 05. Can you read this? This is how you have to give the reference of a procedure. It is written here, the detailed procedures outlining such review are outlined in ALS SOP 05. So this is talking about review of agreements, and he has written that the procedure is written in SOP number so and so. So he is given the reference of QSP. So this is how you also have to give references of all the QSPs. Again on the next page, if you see ALS/FRM/01. So this is a reference given of a format. Right? So again on the next page there is a reference given of a register. So you can label them as you want, you can formulate as you want, but you have to keep giving the references wherever relevant. Because ultimately it is covering everything, the whole quality management system. Now if you reach page number 18, this shows 4.12 which is continuous improvement. 4.12 continuous improvement. Now this continuous improvement is showing so many subheadings, whereas now in the new standard there is no subheading. So this probably is written as per 2003 only, the older version, where continuous improvement had subheadings. So wherever as per the current standard subheadings are there, you have to give. Where they are not, you will not give. So the headings remain the same. Again 4.13, control of records. Then 4.14, again no heading is given. Now 4.14 has become a very big clause. There are multiple subheadings. 4.15, management review. Then the technical requirements, personnel. So the purpose of showing you this manual is, how do you feel? Is it the right manual?
Incomplete.
Firstly, it is incomplete, not written properly. Before that also, this manual is as per the older version, so you will not accept it. If it was as per the new version, then the headings are not given properly. Then headings are not given properly, so it is not clear what exactly they are trying to mention. And as I told you earlier, the quality manual is your intent. What the lab, how the lab is implementing the systems, quality systems. So it is the standard written in your language for your own work. So it has to cover all aspects. Wherever it is not written here, you have to mention reference. Reference of all QSPs, reference of formats, reference of registers, reference of files. They have to come here. Because quality manual is the first document which goes to the end here. Quality manual, application and fees. So your lead assessor first reads your quality manual and has a complete idea of what all do you have from the application, because application is also a detailed document. It's not one pager, it's a full document, document 153. And quality manual. So these two documents give you a complete picture about the size of lab, number of people, what all you are doing, how many parameters you are doing, what controls, what equals, everything will clear from these two documents. So they have to be clearly defined, well labeled, well presented, because this is your first impression, right? So now you have an idea where there are problems in quality manual and how to write the quality manual. Not very difficult again. You have to keep the standard in front of you, take the references from 1 and 2 and you have to write the manual, right? Thank you very much. So we have a break for